Hello, I'm Carolyn, and this is the first of my pro-life videos that I'm going to post to YouTube. I know many people think that pro-lifers all live in ivory towers and have never experienced the circumstances that many times lead to abortion. I'm here to tell you that that's not true. This is my beautiful baby granddaughter. She's 9.5 months old. She was born to my 18-year-old unwed daughter, and she and her boyfriend, the baby's father, still need to finish high school. About the time that I found out about the baby, I also lost my job. So, of course, I had a lot of worries about how in the world are we going to be able to swing this financially, how are we going to pay for another mouth to feed, how are we going to buy all the things that babies need. But we are pro-life, we remain pro-life, and we know that above all, a baby is a beautiful, wonderful, precious gift from God, and we have faith that God will provide for us whatever we need. So we chose life. I wanted to show you her first ultrasound. This was at about 10 weeks. You can see her skull. You can even see her little nose. You can see her hands and her feet. She's fully formed there. And as the ultrasound was being done, we could see her little heart beating. And regardless of all the arguments that the pro-abortion side makes about, oh, it's not a person yet, it's not a baby yet, it's just a blob of tissue, all those kinds of arguments, which I'll get to in later videos, there's one thing that they absolutely cannot argue with, and that is if that 10-week-old fetus that I just showed you had been aborted, this beautiful, precious little child would not be here today. She would be dead. And no matter how hard they try, the pro-abortion side tries to disconnect the fetus from the baby, there's just no way to do it. They're one and the same entity. That fetus was just this precious baby at an earlier stage of development. And I'd also like to point out the pro-abortion side has a tendency to try to use the word fetus as though it means something subhuman or, you know, a blob of tissue or whatever. In actuality, fetus is simply Latin for offspring. So whenever someone says, and I've actually heard this, how can somebody love a fetus? What they're really saying is, how can someone love a child? Because fetus means offspring. Offspring is basically synonymous with child. So you have so think about that. They're actually saying, how can you love a child? That's pretty scary. The second myth that the pro-abortion side would like people to believe about pro-lifers is that we don't care about women. Well, I'm here again to tell you that's not true. We support a lot of places that not only help women to carry their babies to term, crisis pregnancy centers, that help women to deal with crisis pregnancies and carry their babies to term and keep them, which is really what most women want to do. They don't really want an abortion, but they see it as their only alternative. And we also sponsor for places like Rachel's Vineyard, which helps women who have had abortions to heal emotionally from all the hurt and pain that they feel. So we do care about women. In fact, we care about women more than the pro-abortion side does, because for the most part, from all the horror stories that you hear, all the abortion mills care about is the money. That's it. They don't care about the women that come there. They just want the money. And all the horror stories you hear about that prove it. So that's about all I want to say for now. I just want you to know that there is a place to call if you're facing a crisis pregnancy pregnancy, or if you have already had an abortion and are feeling all the hurt and anger and pain that a lot of women feel. Please call this number. This is a central clearinghouse number that will put you in touch with either the closest crisis pregnancy center to you or a place like Rachel's Vineyard that will help you heal afterwards. So please give them a call and get the help that you need. And finally, I would like you to appreciate it very much if you go out to my website to look for additional information on abortion. It's prolifelink.org, and I'd really appreciate it if you go out there and look at it, and also if you'd tune back in again to the rest of my videos. Thank you very much.